Hey everybody, welcome to Skills on Sunday for April 26, 2020. I'm your host, DM Gallibond, and today we're going to be looking at the history of the religion skill throughout the different editions of D&D. So let's go ahead and start, as we always do, with 5th edition and what is going on with the religion skill now. Okay, religion is an intelligence check, and it measures the character's ability to recall lore about deities, rites and prayers, religious hierarchies, holy symbols, and the practices of secret cults. So if you investigate somewhere and you find something that's a shrine and you see a holy symbol, your religion check is what you would use to try to figure out, okay, which deity is that a holy symbol of? Now, for a character who has a follows a particular faith on their own. If it's a holy symbol of their own faith, then obviously they would know that. They wouldn't even need to make a religion check. But this would be for things like either rare religions or different religions, different pantheons, those types of things like that. All right, now religion as a thing has been in the game, and as a knowledge check has been in the game ever since original D&D. Original D&D is the version that came out in the early 1970s that Dave Arneson and Gary Gygax worked on together, and this in the first edition, it was considered a knowledge skill. You had skills that you could put points into in that game, and that made it easier when you did a d20 roll to make a check or pass a check. And so knowledge was kind of a general catch-all, but then you were expected to take knowledge in a specific area. And you would have to either continue putting points into one area, or you could put subsequent skill points into knowledge of another field. And of course, one of the areas of study is theology or religion. And then it's pretty vague what you can do with that. So it's kind of left up to the DM how they would interpret somebody's ability to make a theology check. And the way you would do that is just adjust the sliding scale of how difficult it is to get the information that you need. Then by the time we got around to second edition, now in AD&D they really didn't carry that system over. That went away. AD&D is often considered first edition, and there really wasn't anything analogous to the skill system from original D&D. But by the time you get to second edition, they had added the concept of proficiencies. And proficiencies you could get as groups based on your class. And so one of the proficiencies for the priest class of characters is religion. And characters with religion know the common beliefs and cults of their homeland and major faiths of neighboring regions, ordinary information, type of religious symbol used, basic attitude of the faith, yada yada, of the religion is automatically known by the character. Special information such as how the clergy is organized or the significance of particular holy days requires the proficiency check, which is like a skill check in 5th edition. So additional proficiencies spent on religion enable the character either to expand general knowledge into more distant religions or gain a deeper level of precise knowledge about a single faith. And then it tells you a little bit about how to rule if they keep putting points into knowing more about one particular religion. Like, let's say your campaign revolves around a particular cult. Well, they keep putting points into religion about that cult. So therefore, their what they know automatically gets greater and greater, and then their skill checks gives them deeper and deeper insights into it. So that can be kind of a fun way then to peel back the onion a little bit about your antagonist and reveal a little bit at a time as your characters get better and better skill checks or better and better proficiency checks. Then in third edition, there were skills and there were feats, just like there were in fourth edition and now in fifth edition. And in third edition, knowledge was a skill, and then there were specific finite areas of knowledge that you could train. And one of those is religion, which gives you, in general, gods and goddesses, mythic history, ecclesiastical traditions, holy symbols, undead, and that's pretty much the scope of what the knowledge field would give you, or what the knowledge religion would give you in third edition. And then again, that was a point-based system, so the more points you put in it, the more in-depth knowledge you would have of those things. And finally, in fourth edition is often an oddball and different from a lot of the other editions, but the religion skill still survived in fourth edition. So you picked up knowledge about gods, religious traditions and ceremonies, divine effects, holy symbols, and theology. This knowledge extends to information about the undead and the astral sea, including the creatures of that plane. So if you selected this skill as a trained skill, your knowledge represents academic study, either formalized or as a hobby, and you have a better chance of knowing esoteric information in the field. So you can make a religion check to remember a useful bit of religious knowledge or recognize your religion-related clue. You can also know monster knowledge about immortals or undead. So make a religion check to identify a creature that has the immortal origin, such as a creature of the astral sea, or that has the undead keyword. And in one of the nice things in fourth edition that they did in the monster manual is that every stat block, every monster has a listing of if somebody does a monster or monster intelligence check of a certain DC, this is what they know about this monster. So you can reveal a little bit more specific information about the monster by consulting a DC when people do an intelligence check, or again, in the case of undead, if they do a religion check on that. All right, well, that is the story of religion in D&D, as a skill at least. And if you like what we are doing here on this channel, please click the subscribe button down below. And then ring the bell, and that will let you see when we have new stuff that gets posted week after week. And if you have any comments or questions about the religion skill throughout the history of D&D, we'd love to have you leave those comments or questions here. If there's a particular skill you'd like to see highlighted, let me know. I might have already done it, or it might be on my list, and or it might not be on my list, and I can go and do that. So I'm hoping that this can be a nice way to generate a little more interaction between myself and the folks who watch this channel or who watch the Twitch streams of my live play games. You'll find all that information down in the comments at the end of this. But for now, thanks a lot. Take care and keep those skills sharp, my friends. All right. And good night.